Now, I'm a massive believer that in this world you can't please everyone, and that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. The Callaway Big Bertha B21. Let's do it, and let's do it now. Oh, forward! That is terrible. Big Bertha. This is bringing me back. It's bringing me right back. I mean, it looks... well, it looks... We'll come to how it looks. We'll come to that. Well, that was interesting for an opening first tee shot. Head cover looks great as well. Head cover looks brilliant. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. Guys, we're going to have a totally new, different introduction because I'm well aware that you guys are getting bored of the current introduction. So my name is James Robinson, I'm a PJ professional and I have a camera. Guys, if you're new to the channel, why not hit that subscribe button, leave us a like if you enjoyed this video, but you know to do that with YouTube videos anyway, so I don't even need to tell you. But guys, hit those comments below. Big Bertha. Are we pleased it's back? Did we know it was coming back? Has it caught us all by surprise? It kind of caught me by surprise, and that drive caught me by surprise as well, because it was a terrible, terrible, terrible shot. Or was it? Because you see, actually, all it'll go down in on the stats is a fairway hit. And surely that's the most important part, because we all play golf to hit long drives, to hit straight drives, to play the best golf possible, to shoot lower scores. And me hitting my approach shot in from here, is going to hopefully help me lower my scores, yeah? Well guys, what a beautiful day it is today as well. It is absolutely, it's not red hot, it's just right. So we're going to play a few holes with this new 228 with this new Callaway Big Bertha B21 driver, 6-iron I think. But also we're going to play the holes that I wouldn't normally hit driver on, because I'm not going to lie, this it doesn't suit my eye for one reason or another, and we'll get to that. But what it does do is fill me with confidence. Confidence I can hit the fairway, sort of, in a roundabout way. And if you hit the fairway, you can hit approach shots like that, and you can make birdies, and everyone's happy, and the birds are singing, and the sun's out, and yes! And you see guys, you might have thought the intro to this video was a bit odd, was a bit strange, and I mean, that's probably because I was in it, but also, I'm a big believer that you can't please everyone, you can't try and please everyone. If you do try and please everyone, that's when people get upset, that's when people get angry, that's when you don't really end up pleasing anyone. Whereas what Callaway have done here, they've kind of put all their eggs into the basket of people who want to hit longer, straighter drives. Everyone? Is that everyone? I think that's pretty much everyone. But primarily those who are slicing the ball, who miss the ball to the right, who want that driver that just stops it slicing and going right. So what we'll do, we'll talk technology in the brand new Callaway Big Bertha B21. We'll talk how it looks, how it feels, how it sounds. We might even hit some in relation to my driver as well, my fitted tailor-made sim. Obviously, like I've just said there, it is a fitted tailor-made sim. The driver I've got today, the Callaway Big Bertha B21. I can't believe I keep getting that right. Usually I get numbers and letters mixed up really, really a lot. But anyway, it is a 10.5 head, as you'll see, but you can adjust it down. So I've adjusted it down to 9.5, which should be there or thereabouts. And looking down at it, the one thing I like is that I've adjusted the loft, and usually if I adjust the loft that way, it looks, I mean, it tows even more. And the big reason why I don't really like the look of it is because it glares at me, not glares as in like glares, but it glares as in it says, "Thou shalt not go right." And you see, for me, I don't mind going right. Or left is the issue. So you see, one of the big striking things about this Big Bertha B21 driver is the size of the head and the shape of the head. And when I say size of the head, obviously it isn't any bigger than a normal driver, but just look at all that kind of excess, or what looks like excess on the back there. This is designed to be an anti-slice driver, and I mean, we'll get to that about swing path and club face all the same, but as you can see, it's jam-packed with the same technology, or very similar, as the Mavrik. And as well, I absolutely love these little indentations here, because these remind me so much of the old steelhead drivers. Who remembers those? Really nice kind of little tip of the cap, as well as the RCH shaft as well, which is a little tip of the cap as well, which I think's fantastic. You've got to remember your elders, haven't you? Remember where it all started. Right, so we have, as Chris would call it, a Steven Seagal put on this first hole. We've started on the third hole here at Fixed with the par 5. Again, the drive was okay, it felt okay. I can't really give you anything about it just yet. Let's roll this eagle in and then we'll go into the next par 5. We're going to skip the par 3 because, I mean, you don't really want to play a par 3 with that. No. Look, these TP5s are that good, it's left 2 pitch marks. Not sure about that, but come on, guys. Go on then. Oh, he hasn't, has he? Oh, I'll get the head cover. It's a long walk. Oh, that's gone past a bit. That's gone. I tell you what, there's 7 foot there, and I did not expect that. We're all right. Oh, just as well, just. Right, back to the driver. You see, Callaway claim that this driver is now uber forgiving and mega long and low spin. Wow. So what I thought we'd do, I thought we'd come out, we'd play a few holes, we'd talk about it so you guys kind of know it's here, so you can get a good look at it, you can get a first look at it. Then I personally think this driver will suit Foxy down to a T, because his bad shot is always high right, like 90% of the time high right with the driver. So I thought what we'd do, we'd get it in his hands on the golf course where it matters and see if it does do what it claims, longer and straighter. And you see, I really want to give Callaway some credit for this, because I'm pretty sure in the title of this video I've called it from a pig to a dog, saying it looks awful or it looks hideous or I hate the look of it. And I mean, looking down at the ball, I've got to say I do hate the look of it. It really doesn't suit my eye at all, but it shares so many great characteristics with the Mavrik that it's in the conversation, it's there. Previously, when Callaway have brought out these kind of secondary drivers that go straight into pretty much kind of rental sets and things like that, you never really hear about them and you never really see them. But this driver boasts the flash face, it boasts jailbreak technology, it has the carbon crown, it has all of that good stuff that you want. Flash face, spring summer 2021, the new range. Right, this is a difficult one. You wouldn't normally hit driver on here, but we're going to go straight over the corner, hopefully, and we're going to see one. Come on, comment below one, there's always one. Right, come on. It just does look very anti-right to me, but I suppose that is what it's for. Now I've got to say, that has amazed me, because that was terrible. Again, terrible swing, not swinging well today, and it did feel like that had no right not to go right. It was a real low heely strike there, which I thought was just going to kind of peel away, and it didn't. It stayed dead straight, to be fair. It went very high, and the sound is very Callaway steelhead-like, if you remember that. There's a little tip of the cap to that as well on here, the RCH shaft, which we'll get to. So apart from it looking really big down at the ball, apart from it looking really anti-right at the ball, which again is not going to suit my eye, which is why we've gone down the route of not being able to please everyone. But then there's the Mavrik Sub-Zero, there's the standard Mavrik, there's also the Mavrik Max, which you'd think would be very similar to that, but anyway. One of the big positives is we haven't got bright green, we haven't got luminous yellow, we haven't got Wolverhampton Wanderers orange. We've got a nice red, blue and white combo, and you know what? The colour scheme looks amazing. And I've worked out how to get the head cover on and off now as well, because that got me initially at one point, but oh no, it's got me again. It has to be out. It has to be there, and then you go that first, and then there we go. There we go. And I know we laugh at that, we have a joke. I said that the Mavrik wasn't a very nice colour for me and that I couldn't use it in that colour. You know, I stand by that, I couldn't use it in that colour. If I did go for a Mavrik, I would have to get it custom shopped, I'd get it all blacked out, or actually I'd get it in red, blue and white, just like this Big Bertha is. And when I first got shown the Mavrik, I saw it in those colours from the custom shop. And I was like, oh, yes. And I saw the Mavrik and I was like, no. So if this video is about ticking boxes and hitting fairways, that's 2 ticks out of 2. That's 2 ticks out of 2. And actually, Callaway sent me something really cool as well. I've got it in here to show you. Oh, that didn't sound Sorry, Callaway. But basically, you can see here that we've got all the components that make up this new Callaway Big Bertha B21. So we've got the flash face technology here. And that looks, it always to me looks like, do you remember Ripple chocolate? That's obviously made thicker at different points so that if you miss the ball in different areas of the face, you get kind of more enhanced ball speed and things. So the drive I've just hit, let's have it out of the shadow, the drive I just hit came out of there. So that would have come out of one of the segments of chocolate there. Also, we've got the jailbreak technology, as we can see there. I do find this really cool actually. I'm pleased that Callaway do this so you can see the differences. We've obviously got the weight in the back here to make it forgiving, but then also a big portion of weight here to bring that CG forward to make it a low spin driver. Triaxial carbon weave crown, as you can see here, that looks pretty cool. It's almost like a hat, isn't it? That's so yeah, that all goes together to make the Callaway Big Bertha B21. Always was a big fan of like Lego and Connect and Scaletric. That's a different thing, isn't it? But yeah, so there's all the technology that goes into it. And I mentioned about the RCH shaft. Anyone RCH? Yeah, I got it right. I mentioned about the RCH shaft. Anyone who remembers the old Callaway steelhead clubs, they had the RCH shaft in there, and this is a bit of an upgraded model. I love that. I love that. I was always going to hit this off the fairway then, but that's a long way in, isn't it? I love that they've gone back to that kind of name. It almost is kind of steelhead-esque, and you do get reminded of that with the strike when you hit it. So hopefully we don't top this. It says it's forgiving. I've got it, and that's going left actually. Sit. That's in the rough. It's in the rough, but in total honesty, it's in the rough. One thing I think would be mega interesting to do here is put a stiffer shaft in there, a heavier shaft in there. It is a fairly light shaft. Remember, this club is designed for people who want that help to get the ball airborne, who want that help to get the ball speed, but also want a bit of low spin for a bit of a... That's a knuckleball. If anyone was... makes that noise as well. Right, anyway. I mean, we can't really blame the driver, can we? No. But in fairness, one thing I didn't say back there was that drive off the tee, not the farcical shot from the fairway, was actually into the wind. And although it felt high and floaty, it was there or thereabouts. And that's, for me, all I'm really looking for. If it's there or thereabouts for me, with my characteristics, what would it be like for you and your characteristics? Sit. Oh, not bad. I've got my towel today and I feel like I'm missing a limb. Not that I keep the clubs that clean anyway, but mess it up that way. I don't want the components to fall out. So guys, there is a full range of this Big Bertha B21. There's some irons, there's some hybrids, there's fairway woods. So guys, if you're looking forward to seeing those and you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do so you don't miss them. And make sure you also keep a look out when we get them in the hands of Foxy and Spriggsy, just to see how they cope with them or how they deal with them or if they love them. Where's that? Oh, it is a little bit long. Yeah, let's hope Chris isn't watching that and we'll get on to the next tee. Right then guys, we've got 2 holes left and we're going to hit driver on both of them, obviously, or this would be the most pointless, ridiculous video ever. But we're going to hit both drivers. We're going to hit one with the Sim and we're going to hit one with the Big Bertha B21. I'm just going to see what the difference is. Remember, the Sim is fitted entirely into my specs, so I would expect the Sim to be better, but let's see how this B21 can keep up with it, if it can keep up with it, and how it feels, because sometimes when you test a driver, you need another driver to test against that driver when you're testing the driver, so when you test the driver, you've tested the driver. You know what I mean? Right, we'll go Sim first, because we've hit B21 a couple of times now already, and I'm going to go picks for the Sim and standard TP5X for the Bertha, Big Bertha. Interestingly, if you do want to see a long-term review on the TaylorMade Picks ball, that was the video today, so make sure you do check that out. I've nailed that. I've nailed that. That's got to be in the fairway bunker. Absolutely ripped it. I think it's pitched in there as well. Right, same tee, same swing. That went high as well, so maybe that's just how I'm swinging today. We're into the wind still. This looks so towed in now. I'm pleased there's no one over on the 9th tee. I mean, if you're hitting it right, then that's exactly what you want to see, isn't it? Right, come on, same swing. Love the colour scheme. Love the red dash on top. Same swing again, that's gone way higher. If you could tell the difference in sound there. I think that, you know what? I honestly think this head cover has got my number, but I honestly think they're not going to be as far away from each other as probably I would have liked them to be. I mean, can you imagine being the guy at Callaway who walks into the room and says, right, Project Big Bertha B21, it probably wouldn't have been called that then, they probably market it kind of afterwards, but right, project for the new Big Bertha driver, we're going to make it anti-slice, we're going to make it straighter, which probably they always say, and we're going to make it lower spin. And Mr. Callaway at the head of the table has gone, yeah, good luck with that, son. Right, so in fairness, neither of them have reached the bunker, we are into the wind, and there's probably, difficult because on a different angle, but 15, 10, 15, not really that much. And the Callaway's obviously on the left side, as you can imagine, because of the angle, but B21 here, sim there. That's more angle than distance, by the way, because the tee's kind of back in that corner. I think we'll play out the sun for a change. You see, I don't know why I've dropped that down there, but I generally look at things like this and think, where's my glove? I don't think where's my glove, but I think, what if I had to use it? What if someone said you can go and play the old course, you can go and play at Augusta, you can go and play at Bay Hill, Pebble Beach, you can go and play at some of the best courses in the world, but you have to use a rental set, and the rental set will be that. And you know what? I think on first glance, and I apologise for the title of the video or for the description of this video, because it isn't a pretty driver. I'm not going to say it's a pretty driver, but I've sort of got a sweet spot for it now, or a soft spot, sweet spot, you get it. I've sort of got a soft spot for it now, and I think that's because it's just trying its best for everyone out there. It's not going to be for me, and it never was, but it's just doing its best. Right, it's chipping 8-iron up into this wind. Oh, I bet that good. Ah, beat the club. That's either really good or rubbish because it's too long. But I love those shots. You know, you've got like 2 clubs too much and you're just like, I'll just chip it. What a way to play. Almost found myself having a bit of a moment there, because I do find myself having a soft spot for this driver. And I mean, I love the name of it, the Big Bertha. The Big Bertha for me will always resound good memories, because I used Big Berthas when I was growing up. I think I had the Steelhead X14, then the X16, and then Big Berthas. And my dad had the Big Berthas with the really big cavity in the back with the black in the head. And I think I even used a Big Bertha Alpha like not too long ago when they re-released it. You know, you could put that stupid tube in that had different weights and stuff. I wonder whatever happened with that. Now that looks good, but on this green you'd rather be like here than there, because that's no good. Sit, 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 sit. Oh, that's done so well, you know, to stay there. Right, one more hole. Let's do a little more testing. And then, to be honest, I'm really looking forward to use that way. And then, to be honest, I'm really looking forward to putting this in Fox's hands. And the reason why I say Foxy and not Spriggs' hands is nothing to do with his handicap, but it's to do with his bad shot. Fox's bad shot with driver is 4-8! That bad, and he'll tell you that as well. Whereas Spriggs' misses are a little bit more kind of subdued and not too, to be honest, Spriggs is actually playing really well at the moment. Right, we'll go Big Bertha first this time, and we're going to christen that, not christen it, but we're going to give that the Pix ball. Was it a normal ball? No, we'll go normal ball, Big Bertha. Normal ball, and Pix with the sim. So really on this line, hopefully with this wind, we should be able to get somewhere close to this green. There is out of bounds running. There is a small matter of out of bounds running down the right hand side here, so the Big Bertha should probably be our best friend. You know when every shot feels like it's into the wind? Oh, full left! That is terrible. That was a real toey one. And that's what would worry me with this, and that's why it's probably going to stay there for me now. And I'll go back to where I feel a bit more comfortable. Oh, that was awful. That's not much better, but better line. So if you strike it out the toe, funnily enough, all the technology in the world ain't helping you. And I'm sure the ball speed was probably still there if you look at the science of the face and the impact and all the little things like that, but it's that's a goner, that one, in my layman's terms. The second shot with the TaylorMade wasn't actually much better. That'll be like a nearly goner. That'll be in the trees, I would think. Yeah, not my best two swings there, after actually two really good swings off the previous hole. Right, well, it was that bad. We've actually got away with it. We're on another hole, but I mean, we're on another planet, to be fair, but we've probably got away with that just as much as we could. I can see the pics through there. That's on kind of the planet it should be on, and that wasn't great, but see if we can manufacture something over these trees and get back in play with the Big Bertha drive. Oh, no. Nope. 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 Not got it. Right, well, I think we'll clip this one on and then we'll leave that there because my game is going, yeah, not great at the moment somehow. Maybe a range session required, but what do we honestly think about the Big Bertha B21? Go. Oh, this is embarrassing. Anyway, it's because I ain't got a towel. I honestly think it's because I ain't got a towel. What? Nothing to do with a towel. So what do we think to the fairly peculiar shaped Big Bertha B21 driver from Callaway? I like it. I don't like it for me. It's definitely not for me. That last drive, that kind of big fall left, I'll not shout again because people are starting to look at me, but that big fall left, that was coming. I could see that coming as soon as I put it down. So if your bad shot is left, this ain't going to be for you. This is kind of, when they say draw biased, I never really get that, and I'm glad I've remembered to say this because I wanted to get it into this video, but generally when people say draw biased, you can't, a draw comes from a marriage between a swing path and a club face, which gives you the shape, as does a slice. So if it's anti-slice, is it going to make your club path any better? Well, it can't do, can it? It maybe can alter the club face a little bit, or it can weight it a little bit so it maybe gears differently, but anti-slice? Just anti-right maybe. Right, this is going to be the last shot that you see because I think I'm just glutton for punishment really. This is for a par. It would be the most miraculous par ever. But yeah, the Big Bertha B21, I'll tell you what, if that just spins a little, I'm glad I finished on that one actually. You can remember I can still play. The Big Bertha B21, I like it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed that. If you have, make sure you do consider hitting that subscribe button below. Leave a like if you enjoyed that. Who do you want to see with this next? I've got a feeling it's going to be Foxy having a go with it if we can eradicate his... Alright! Apart from that, guys, I'll just really look forward, I'm going to stand up actually, to seeing you all tomorrow. Bye!